Hey there, lovely souls. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be seeing what message the charms have for you. So take a moment to get comfy, grab your snacks, drinks, blankets, whatever you need to make this moment all about you. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Carolyn, and my readings are meant to help you reflect on your life and find clarity when your intuition feels a bit muddled. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with my latest videos. So getting into the charms that we have here, I love the energy that we have here because especially looking at the conscious shore, this has so many good charms for you that indicates there's like this creative idea or new opportunity coming into your life that's going to open up so many doors for you and going to lead to success. And with the starfish, I feel like this is maybe an idea that's been around you for a while, or it's something that you've been workshopping for a while, or something that you really wanted. Basically, to me, the starfish is always something that you're like stuck on, that you're holding on to. And sometimes that can be a negative thing. Sometimes the starfish comes out and it's like, oh great, like you're stuck on this thing and it's not healthy for you. But with the rest of the charms that you have here, I actually feel like this is something you're meant to hold on to. And perhaps the reason that you haven't been able to shake this idea, this person, this situation is because it's a part of your destiny. It's a part of your life lessons. And I say that because you also have the karmic link here. Now, the interesting thing about this karmic link is that it's not really bent out of shape. It's kind of just like laying on itself. And so what this indicates, it's like you're dealing with a karmic cycle that's meant to like add a chain to your link, if that makes sense. It's like this karmic cycle that you're going through. It's not one in which like there's lots of lessons that you have to learn or lots of complications. Sometimes karma can be good, and sometimes it can mean that the tides are turning in our favor. And I feel like that's what it means for you, especially with the poker chip. Some of you, this could be love because the poker chip is green. You also have your sacral chakra, which could be about relationships. This could be like a situationship that turns into a long-term commitment for you. The sacral chakra is also all about creativity. And so it's really about like your feelings and the spark and passion you have for yourself in life. So what I'm hearing is that this luck is going to be created by something that you're passionate about, something that drives you and motivates you. And what I'm hearing with the paperclip that we have here is that there might be some difficulties coming up, but they're not difficulties that you actually have to be worried about. These are difficulties in the sense of like, perhaps people are like throwing things your way or throwing obstacles at you, but none of them actually stick. And the reason I say that, it's because you have this tea kettle here, but you don't have any cups attached to it. And so what I'm hearing for you, it's almost like you're going to be dealing with people who are throwing things at you and your success, this milestone that you're accomplishing, who's going to try and like take it away from you or start drama, spill some tea, if you will. But what I'm being told, because there's no cups around here, it's like, sure, people can say stuff, they can try and sabotage you, or you might have like people even on the outside looking in. So this could be something on social media where you're dealing with like hateful comments or people who don't support you, people who don't believe in you. But at the end of the day, it's like there's not actually anything here that anyone is gonna buy. You might believe it a little bit because you do have a cup all the way here in the back of your subconscious, which is going to be your feelings and your inner fears and things that you doubt about yourself. So someone might say something about the situation here that gets in your head. You might feel a little bit like an imposter, but there's no merit to what they're saying. And so if you don't give them power, if you don't give their negativity power or whatever this person is doing to try and sabotage things, they're not actually going to be able to follow through with it. What I'm hearing with the shoe here is almost like Cinderella. Like if you stay true to what you want, if you stay true to who you are, you might have these ugly step siblings around you who's trying to take from you, trying to change you, trying to make you better. But at the end of the day, if you wait the situation out, you're going to be more successful than they are. And they're throwing things at you. They're trying to stir up this drama because they don't want you to succeed, because you're getting something that they want, but they don't have the courage to go out and to get. Especially those of you where you're dealing with a relationship. This feels like this could be someone who also has a crush on the same person, or this could be someone's ex, or this could just be someone in their life who like is not supportive of their relationship for whatever their own reasons is. But it's like they're gonna try and like ruin the relationship before you even get started. And so if you can just ignore this person you're going to end up being more successful for them. Because what I'm hearing is because no one is buying what they're selling, let this person talk. Let this person show who they truly are. If you give someone enough rope, they'll eventually hang themselves. That's what you need to do with this situation, is you are going to achieve such greatness and get so many good karma coming your way. You don't need to go out of your way to put this other person down. They're going to do it to themselves. And so their karma is going to come back around to them. Don't partake in that negativity. Like, they're being negative towards you, just ignore them. And I know that's easier said than done, but Spirit really is reassuring you that whatever they need and whatever is going to come their way is going to come their way. You don't need to be a part of it. And what I'm also seeing that makes me so excited for you is here we have this lock. We literally had the bobby pin coming this way, but we also have the key. Solutions is going to be blooming in your life with this rose here as well. There's so much creativity and power within you right now. Like I said, you might be facing issues, but they're not going to be anything that stumps you, because your mind works differently than other people. And that's not a bad thing. That's something that I feel like you need to embrace, because you haven't fully embraced it for yourself. And you have Spirit looking at you saying, hey, like, this is a good thing. Lean into it. Lean into what makes you unique. I feel like for a while you've been trying to shut it away. But there's going to be confirmation, and I'm hearing the number 777 for you. So maybe a repeating number of 7 for you. But there's going to be this confirmation from Spirit when you lean into this different way of thinking, or when you lean into like what makes you different, what makes you unique. You're going to have some sort of confirmation with that leads to this success, or like paves the way, or is like these breadcrumbs that eventually lead to your success. When you reflect back on this situation, you're going to see how this instance of leaning into who you are instead of away from that led you to create this success in your life, or to get what you want out of life. There's something here where you want to run from who you are, but by leaning into that and by evaluating things in a different way, it allows you to open up that door faster, because right here it's locked. You have the key, but it's not connected to it, but you have a bobby pin. You don't need the key that everyone else does. You have this momentum and growth with the rose here leading to the bobby pin, where it's like you can pick it in a different way. You can do something that's different, that still gets you that result, that still allows you to open up that door and step into this new path and this new opportunity. Don't be afraid to do things out of the ordinary. I feel like I keep repeating that message over and over again, but Spirit really wants you to be true to who you are. What I'm also hearing is you have the throat chakra represented here. Your throat chakra is you speaking up for who you are, and you defending yourself, and you putting yourself out there. Some of you, like when it comes to this success, you're gonna have to face your fears of public speaking, or putting yourself out on social media, or gaining a lot of attention on you. When you are successful, you have to put yourself out there in order to be rewarded. You have to go and take that action in order to get the end result. And so what Spirit's telling you, it's like, it might be scary to do that, but you have that strength within you, because that is what's going to make you be successful. You can't be at the right place at the right time if you never get out of your house. You can't get what you want if you never ask for it. And so it's gonna be intimidating to go for what you want and to put yourself out there and to risk that rejection. But what Spirit's telling you, it's like, it's not even going to take you that long. Like, I feel like a lot of your blocks comes from you not doing what you feel like you're meant to do. Literally going back to the Cinderella analogy, it's like if Cinderella didn't go to that ball, then she's never going to meet the prince. That's what's going on for you. It's like you keep saying you want things to change, but you're afraid to go for it. That's why it hasn't changed yet. It's not that it's not going to. It's that you got to take this risk. You got to face these fears. You got to just push yourself, even though it's scary, even though it's intimidating, because that's how you're going to unlock this situation for you. That's how you're going to achieve this success. The reason you've held on to it for so long is because you're meant for it. You just got to commit. You just got to do it. I want to flip this charm over. It says intuitive. It is Pisces. So here you have the Gemini symbol, and you also have Pisces. So Gemini is an air sign. It's represented by the twins. And Pisces is a water sign. It's represented by the fish. What I'm hearing though is Pisces is kind of represented by like the two fish together. And so I'm hearing the number 2 for you, which means that there's some sort of balance that you need to find in your life. And I think finding that balance is going to be how you tap into this energy here with the butterfly of transformation, of change. You also have the root chakra here, which is all about being grounded. And with the root chakra, a lot of our blocks and limitations come from our childhood. And what I'm seeing with the dream catcher here is you have the flip-flop and you have the Santa hat. And to me, with the flip-flop here, it's reminding me of like going to the beach and summer vacation and like going back to your childhood where you would be on break and not have to worry about school. And then same with the Santa hat that represents like holidays and vacation time. And with the dream catcher being over it, it's giving this like whimsical energy of your childhood right now. And with your childhood, that's where blocks can stem from. And it feels like with the dream catcher being on top of it and being all sprawled out, there's this overwhelmed energy when it comes to your dreams. And I feel like this is where a lot of your blocks and your fear stems from for going out and taking a risk. We also do have the cross, which for me, the cross represents spirituality of all kinds. There could be some spiritual blocks because of the religion that you might have grown up in your childhood that put certain blocks on you. But it also feels like there's this energy here of needing to heal yourself in order to move forward, in order to face these fears and allow this success to come into your life. There's elements from your childhood that you need to revisit, that you need to address. Some of you pay attention to your dreams because there could be recurring themes within them to bring your awareness to these things from your childhood that have blocked you. But more importantly, what I'm hearing for this message is that when you were a kid, there was this reoccurring dream. It could have been a nightmare where there's like this fear that was appearing within your dream. Or if it wasn't in a dream, there was like this constant fear as a kid. And that is the energy that you need to go back to, because right now fear is blocking you. And it feels like pay attention to what was standing out in that dream that made it so memorable, that made it repeat over and over and over again. And focus in on that, and analyzing it and get to the lesson of what that is, because that's going to allow you to grow and to change. Because like I was saying earlier, you have the cup all the way back here. And that's representing your doubts. It represents your fears in the subconscious. And so it almost feels to me that there was some emotional connection with someone in your life where you did not receive the words of affirmation that you needed from them. You did not receive the support that you needed from them. They could have been a Gemini or a Pisces. This could also be your sign, or this could just be the general energy of it, where Gemini represents communication and Pisces represents your energy and your emotions. And so there was a lack of connection between the two of them. And it almost feels like for you, the way that you could see this block play itself out in your real life is that it's very difficult for you to be vulnerable with others when it comes to talking to them. It feels like you're very like chill and relaxed with people, and it feels like some of you don't even have a hard time being intimate with people because of the sacral chakra that you have. But when it comes to opening up verbally, when it comes to almost wearing your heart on your sleeve and saying how you feel, or like telling someone you love them, and this doesn't even have to be romantically, this could be platonically in your life too, but it feels like it's very difficult for you to speak to people and to open up. And one thing I want to point out that we also have here is one of the cards that came out for you earlier is the King of Spears, and it is the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to put it here so that we can kind of talk about it as it goes throughout the rest of your cards. But the thing about the Mad Hatter is that he is quite frankly mad. He does not have any sense of like who he is or like who he's talking to, and so he kind of spits out this nonsense without having any real thought behind it, any merit behind it. There's not a lot of emotional weight behind it. And the King of Spears in general represents someone who is logical. So in a way, the Mad Hatter is not fitting who the King of Spears traditionally is. But both the Mad Hatter and the King of Spears represent people that are not very good at opening up. They represent this block where there's communication, but it might not always be the sentimental connection. You can say a lot without actually saying a lot. And so it feels like there could be disconnects for you in your life where you want to be more vulnerable with people, but then you let doubt creep in that they're not going to accept you, that they're not going to love you, that they're not going to want to be with you, that you're going to become a burden for them. And that is why you have these fears of being who you are and leaning into that, because you feel like you're going to face rejection. And that's something that really terrifies you. And so what Spirit wants you to know with your message today is to be fierce and to be gentle. Be yourself. Be who you are, but also be kind to yourself. Don't apologize for who you are, because you also have grow free wildflower. You're meant to be free. You're meant to be wild. You're meant to get everything you want out of life. And that is not something that Spirit is going to limit for you. That's not something that Spirit's going to tell you you can only get it if you're not yourself. Spirit wants you to lean into who you are, because that's what's going to bring you success, because that's what's going to allow you to grow free. And let me show you here. It's going to allow you to grow free so you can pick that lock, so you can use that bobby pin to get what is yours. And so that's why Spirit wants you to listen to this message and to be mindful that it is okay to not have everyone accept you, to not have everyone support you, because sometimes those people who aren't supporting you, they're actually people who were never going to like you anyway, and it didn't matter what you did, because they were always going to be fake and two-faced to you. And so it's like, yeah, you're going to deal with haters. You're going to deal with nonsense people, just like the Mad Hatter talks about nonsense. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because you will find people who support you. And those are the people who is actually going to be able to help you become successful. That's how you're going to be opening up this new opportunity for you, because the right connections will help you with that. I was talking about the number 2 earlier, and that's an energy of teamwork. There's going to be a good team for you in the future who's going to love you, who's going to support you, whether this is your family, whether it's friends, whether it's your coworkers, whether it's just your community. It doesn't matter who this is. You will find your soul family, and you will get exactly what you want. And so the biggest message that Spirit wants you to listen to right now is that there's blocks that are holding you back right now, but they don't need to. You don't need to limit yourself just because your fears and doubts convince you that you do. And there's a lot of healing that needs to go on right now, but you're capable of it, and you're going to be able to figure out what steps you need to take in order to heal it, because it's what's destined for you. Your karma right now is good. You have good luck and good karma coming your way. So don't get in your head and think that this opportunity is going to pass you by. It's not going to pass you by. It might take longer. Your route might look different than other people around you, but you're going to get what you want, because at the end of the day, you are growing. And think about those vines that have to grow through cement or through wires. It's difficult. It's not always easy, but they're able to do it, and they're still beautiful. So don't discredit yourself because your path didn't go as planned. And so with that being said, I hope this reading provided the insight that you needed today. If you'd like to book your own personal reading, you can do so by messaging me on my other social media. My account on everything is Carolyn, exactly as it is here. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family. And I'm sending you so much love as you go through this journey of healing and facing your fears. I know it's not easy. I've been exactly where you have been before, but the rewards will be well worth it. I can guarantee that for you. And so just believe in yourself. I know that you're capable of greatness. I literally see it in your reading here today, and I just need you to believe in it the way that Spirit's believing in you. And so thank you for taking this moment with me today to listen to your reading and gain this insight from Spirit. I also want to thank you so much for supporting my channel, whether it's leaving a comment down below, liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing. All of that really helps me out, and I hope you continue to have a wonderful day. Bye.